Hi YouTube family. Welcome back to Recording Movies Recap. Today I will show you a comedy film from 2021, titled Queenpins. In Phoenix, Arizona, suburban housewife, Connie is arrested in the middle of the night at her own house. As she gives up without a fight, she remembers how all this got started months ago. Connie is a former 3-time gold medal winning Olympic race walker, but this isn't the kind of thing that makes you rich or famous. Nowadays she lives with her husband Rick, an IRS auditor she has a very tense relationship with. Because they weren't capable of having children, they spent a lot of money on treatments, but sadly, when Connie finally got pregnant, she lost the baby. That's when Rick decided to take a traveling position at work, so he can be away for 3 weeks every month. When he's home, he doesn't treat Connie well, constantly reminding her that she's jobless, that they lost money because she wanted to do multiple treatments when he was ready to give up after the first one, and scolds her for spending too much money on her obsession with coupons. That bit about an obsession is real. Connie hoards coupons and then buys things in large quantities, putting it all away in the nursery to cover the walls and forget about her loss. The good side of Rick not being around so much is Connie getting the chance to befriend her neighbor Jojo, who has a YouTube channel about saving tips and is coupon obsessed too. She lives with her mother Josie and is having trouble finding work because her identity got stolen not so long ago. In her free time, she flirts with the mailman Earl and sells makeup door to door, which isn't going very well either. Whenever Connie goes to the supermarket, she gives cashier Greg dozens of coupons for her purchase. It holds back the line for a while, but it also means her final ticket goes from over $100 to $16. Connie always likes to say that if you watch the pennies, the dollars will take care of themselves. One afternoon, while putting away the groceries on the shelves, she gets upset when she sees the baby wallpaper among the boxes, so she decides to eat a bunch of cereal as if it could heal her depression. The cereal turns out to be stale, so Connie uses all her current inner anger to send a complaining email to the cereal company. A few days later, Connie receives a coupon for free cereal in the mail with a letter from the company apologizing for the stale product. When she goes to the market to exchange it with a smug attitude, Greg explains she isn't special, all companies will send free coupons to people that complain. This inspires Connie to send a bunch of letters to different manufacturers even if there wasn't anything wrong with the products, which earns her a huge pile of coupons for free stuff. Connie shows them. After searching the internet, she discovers that the coupons are made in Mexico, not far from where she lives, so they could go and steal a bunch to resell. Jojo is skeptical at first, but since she's drowning in debt, she accepts to help. Meanwhile in Nevada, loss prevention officer Ken is doing his job at a local market. When a cashier has trouble with a coupon, he checks it out and quickly realizes it's fake. The manager asks if they can honor it anyway, because the old lady has been their client for decades, but Ken refuses because rules are rules. Ken's manners are incredibly poor, earning him some insults from the old lady. A similar situation happens later when he gets on a plane to return home. A mother asks him if he could please switch seats with her daughter so she can watch the landing to help her calm down, but Ken refuses like a twat, saying it's an important lesson for the kid to learn. When he finally arrives at his lonely apartment in Utah, Ken yells at the TV in frustration. The next day, in Mexico, Connie and Jojo make it to the coupon factory and watch the employees end their shifts. They decide to approach Alejandro and Rosa, a couple that is already breaking the rules, but doesn't look too dangerous. The duo follows the couple with the car and they think they're about to get robbed, but after Connie and Jojo clarify they're there for help, they are welcome at Alejandro's house to have a little chat. It turns out Rosa is pregnant and their salaries are a joke, so it's easy for Connie and Jojo to come forward with their offer. If the couple steals coupons for them, they will resell them later in the USA and share part of the profits. Alejandro isn't sure it's a good idea, but Rosa convinces him to do this for the sake of their baby. Making a plan isn't too difficult. The factory is divided into printing, where Alejandro works, and redemption, where Rosa works. Each side usually doesn't know what the other does. With every coupon they print, there's always an extra that is supposed to get destroyed, but Alejandro can ship those extras to Connie and Jojo when their trucks do their distributions around the USA. There will be no problems at the border because they'll only see a box with coupons, not illegal activity. A few days later, the duo gets their first box with coupons, so they make a simple website to sell them and promote it on Connie's channel. Their business quickly becomes a success, earning them tons of money, but the supermarkets soon start noticing too. Ken receives dozens of letters and phone calls from managers complaining about all the money they're losing, so he begins a thorough investigation until he can find a credit card number behind one of the many purchases made with these coupons. After 11 days of work, Ken goes to see the housewife that used this coupon and learns about the website that sells them. That's when she finally finds Earl's note urging her to leave town, but it's too late. Simon arrives with his men and arrests Connie, Jojo, and Josie. After their homes and the stash house are raided, the arrest appears on the news, and Earl is surprised to see Jojo's face on TV. When the interrogations begin, Rick and Josie quickly say they had nothing to do with it and accept to cooperate with the authorities. Jojo tries to play the innocent card and pretends she doesn't know what they're talking about, but they've found her videos on her computer. Connie, on the other hand, admits her crime, but she's shocked to hear that they may be facing 40 years to life for fraud. If she takes full responsibility for starting all of it, they'll go easier on Jojo, so Connie accepts the deal. Jojo is released on bail. She thinks Josie paid it, but it was actually Earl who is waiting for her outside with flowers. Sadly, Connie isn't as lucky. Rick only visits her to scold her and refuses to pay the bail, so Connie asks for a divorce. The investigation continues and the inspectors trace the coupons back to Alejandro and Rosa, but by the time they discover this, the couple has already disappeared. Since the trail has gone cold, the Mexican government won't go after them. Connie hires a rather expensive lawyer, and this proves to be the right decision. On the day of the trial, the lawyer convinces everyone that Connie and Jojo just made use of a loophole the same way corporations do all the time. His tactic is a success and Jojo gets 10 days in prison plus 1 year of probation, while Connie gets 11 months in jail with the possibility of parole. Simon and Ken aren't happy with this result and demand answers from the state attorney, who explains the judge went easy on the women because the brands on the coupons pressed for leniency to avoid bad press. Man, and he's glad to have worked with him, but he also needs to dial down the attitude a little. As days pass, everyone's lives change. Ken begins being a little nicer, making exceptions for old clients with fake coupons, and finally gathering the courage to make a profile on a dating app. Connie gets the divorce she wanted and the fertility treatment turns out to be a success, so she spends her months in prison with a big pregnant belly. The authorities take most of the scam's earnings, but luckily, they ignore the boxes in the nursery thinking it's just food, so Jojo gets to rescue those boxes, knowing Connie has been hiding cash in them all along. After getting together with Earl, he and Jojo move to Montenegro, a non-extradition country, to start a new scam under another cosmetics brand, waiting for Connie to come over when she's finally freed so they can work together again. Thanks for watching.